نعم بسم الله إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد فأقول لكم أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. So we just want to welcome everybody out as we continue on for our family class studying from the Medina University Arabic language course for non-native speakers. And now that course in that book authored by Dr. Fa or Dr. V. Abdul Rahim. And we have introduced and studied all the way up to lesson 4. And we are knocking on the door of lesson 5. But there is still one remaining part, which of course is ad-dars al-rabi'u ba. Ad-dars al-rabi'u ba. So before we just really finish taking everything from ad-dars al-rabi', we want to go over a few things first, and it is the vocabulary words of lesson 4. It is a few of the vocabulary words from lesson 4. So we're going to ask the brothers and the sisters to take out a blank sheet of paper. We're going to ask the brothers and the sisters, or wherever you may be participating at, wherever you may be online, to take out a blank sheet of paper. Write down numbers 1 through 10. Write down numbers 1 through 10. You're more than welcome. تفضل. Come on in. Come on in. أنت مسافر؟ ولو أنت مسافر تستطيع أن تدرس. أليس كذلك؟ ليس لديك وقت. ليس لديك وقت الآن لكي تجلس ممكن للنساء وهكذا حتى تستفيد. ليس لديكم وقت الآن. يعمل لديه عمل بكرة أو غدا. ما في مشكلة. ممكن في وقت آخر إن شاء الله. ولكن أهلا وسهلا. ما في مشكلة. ولست شيخ. جزاكم الله خير. أنت من أين؟ مسجد أي مسجد؟ كاشف. أنا كنت مع كاشف قبل قليل. Give Cashy my salams. Tell him I got a knuckle sandwich for him. I literally was just with him at the conference, man. Yes, that's my guy, man. You give him my salams. Hey, now I'm telling him I love him, inshallah, and tell him I'm going to hold him to his word. He's going to know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, you tell him from Ammar Jones, his big brother from Medina. You know? All right. Tell him, inshallah. Next time. Inshallah. Y'all coming from the conference? I was just up there. I might have saw y'all. I was buzzing around. Alhamdulillah. All right. I'll catch y'all. So inshallah, I see all y'all again. Y'all owe me some coffee up in DC. Heard they got good coffee up there, man. All right, hook me up, man. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Next time, inshallah. Wa antum kadar. Inshallah, good old Cassius, man. It's my brother. I got some old Cassius stories from Medina. That's for another time. I'll tell you guys later on. Now, so number one, after me, al-madrasatu. Keep saying it and writing it while you're saying it. Al-madrasatu. 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 Write it in Arabic, not transliteration. Don't do that here. Al-madrasatu. 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 Write it and say it. Al-madrasatu. 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 طيب, next word. Al-faslu. Come on, say it. Al-faslu. 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 Write it while you saying it. Say it while you writing it. Al-faslu. 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 Next word, number 3. Write it while you say it. Al-hammamu. 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 Yes, it's dictation in Arabic. That's right. Al-hammamu. Write it while you say it. Say it while you write it. Al-hammamu. 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 Next word. This is word number 4. Al-mirhadu. Al-mirhadu. Come on, class. Where you go? You disappeared. Al-mirhadu. أنا كنت 4 فهو 4. 1 المدرسة، الثاني الفصل، الثالث الحمام. المرحاض الرابع يا عبد الله. طيب، لا تقلق لا تقلق يا أخي. Don't worry. المرحاض. 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 Word number 5. المطبخ. 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 Type word number 6. الغرفة. 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 Word number 7. الجامعة. 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 طيب, word number 8. السوق. السوق. Come on, class. السوق. السوق. Write it while you say it while you write it. السوق. 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 You only got 2 students in this class. Come on, y'all. السوق. السوق. Next word, word number 9. اليابان. 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 Word number 10. الصين. 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 الصين الصين الصين. طيب. نعم. How many words is that? How many words is that, class? 10. Very good. طيب. Those 10 words that you wrote, I need you to translate them and then, inshallah, give the actual paper with your name on it and your phone number. Give it to your neighbor. Everybody's going to pass it to the right. May Allah bless you. I want to say it one more time. Inshallah, you'll catch it. Is everybody with me? Al-madrasatu. Number 1. Al-faslu. Number 2. Al-hammamu. Number 3. Al-mirhadu. Number 4. Al-matdahu. Okay, that is number 5. Al-ghurfatu. Number 6. Al-jami'atu. Number 7. As-suqu. Number 8. Al-yabanu. Number 9. As-sinu. Number 10. Tayyib. You guys have 5 minutes. Yes. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. I mean, may Allah give you success. I mean. Yes, sir. Tayyib, so that's 1 through 10. Then I need you to just do what? Just translate it. All right. And you guys have 5 minutes to do that. No. الغرفة. لا 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 يعني هذا اختبار. لحظة. اصبر. Huh? Just now I said هذا اختبارك. I said that's your test. And then I said اصبر. اصبر meaning be patient. Everybody's done? Everybody's done? Okay. You guys still have 3 minutes. Double check your test. Now, طيب inshallah, give your test to your classmate to the right. Give your everybody pass it one time. Everybody pass it one time to the right. Once I mean you got to get up Abdulaziz to take it all over there. Name and number. Just one time. Just one time. Meaning everybody should have a test. No, Abdullah, you should have his. You should have his. Just one time. I know. Just one time. All right. So Abdulaziz should have yours. And Abdulaziz is going to our brother here. Abdulaziz, you're going to pass yours to our brother here. May Allah bless you. Could you please pass it to your brother? It's okay. You keep. It's all right. You ain't rumbling, huh? May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. It's okay. No problem. All right. Is everybody okay? No. Everybody good? Play it. All right. So I need you to do what? I need you to correct your what? Your classmate's paper. You don't have any because he didn't give you yours? Give it to him. All right. All right. We're good. Then you could just benefit. Tayyip, is everybody with me? Everybody with me? Tayyip. All right. You're going to mark it. It's not your fault. Again, I asked you to do it. Blame it on the teacher. You just doing what I asked you to do. Tayyip. Tayyip, class, out loud. I'm going to call on you and you're going to answer the question. Al-madrasatu. في لغة إنجليزية. What does that mean in English? تفضل. Al-madrasatu. Mumtaz. School. If school is not there, I need you guys to mark an X. طيب. Al-faslu. Could you please tell me what al-faslu means? Classroom. If classroom is not there, I need you to mark an X. طيب. Al-hammamu. Al-hammamu means what? Bathroom. If bathroom is not there, I need you guys to mark an X. طيب. Moving on. Abdulaziz. Al-mirhadu. Mumtaz. If toilet is not there, I need you to mark an X. Al-matbahu. Al-matbahu. Mumtaz. If kitchen is not there, I need you to mark an X. Al-ghurfatu. Al-ghurfatu. Room. You said room. Mumtaz. If room is not there, al-ghurfatu, I need you to mark an X. Abdullah. Al-jami'atu. The university. Mumtaz. If the university is not there, I need you to mark an X. Abdulaziz. As-suqu. Alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The market, if the market is not there, I need you to mark an X. Type Aliyah, excuse me. If I put store, is that the same thing? No. Yeah. So again, and we have a lot of examples of what a store is. Dukkan, Maqala. Yeah, that's a souk is something totally different within itself. طيب إن شاء الله. اليابان. تفضل يا أخي. Tell me your name again. Mujahid. طيب I'm gonna have to get Mujahid last name because I know a lot of Mujahids. Al-Yabanu, come on. Japan. If Japan is not there, to mark an X. No, sir. We just did Suq. Now we're on Al-Yaban. We did Al-Madrasatu. We did Al-Faslu. We did Al-Hamamu. We did Al-Mirhadu. We did Al-Marhad, right? We did Al-Marhad. Al-Matbakhu. We did Al-Jamia. We did Al-Matbakhu, Al-Ghurfatu, Al-Jamiatu. We did that, right? That was Abdullah. And then As-Suqu, Abdulaziz, right? Now Mujahid, Al-Yabanu. Japan. If Japan is not there, then that is wrong, class. Tell me your name again. Mujahid Muhammad. No, not Mujahid, not Muhammad. Y'all got this in Philadelphia or something. Y'all got to give me something. Okay, so I can hold on to them names. All right, Tayyib. I'm up there, man. Tayyib, Asinu. China. Tayyib, if China's not there, then it's incorrect. I need you to please give your brother back his test. No. Give it to me. Change my mind. Give it to me. Sit it right here. And I'm going to put the final, chicken scratch on there. Put it right here before we leave. You guys get your stuff back today. You just got to come get it from me. I want to see it myself too as well. Then I'm going to give it to you. Tayyib, inshallah. So, ad-darsu rabi'u. Ad-darsu rabi'u. So, class, ad-darsu rabi'u ba. Now, we studied previously ad-darsu rabi'u alif. And ad-darsu rabi'u alif, al-hadif ta'limu arba' umum. It is the learning of 4 different matters, right? 4 different matters. It was what? It was harf al-jar or harfay jar, the 2 prepositions, right? Letters of jar or harf al-qabd, depending on which school of thought you go with. Al-muhim, it was two words. And those two words for what class? Fi and ala, right? Fi and ala, right? Fi and ala, right? Fil JB, right? Ala al-maktabi, right? Fil kitabi, ala daftari, into the end. We had a ball last lesson, just working and doing the tadribat, doing the exercises with fi and ala. We had a very good time. Now, then after that, the next point was the miraini, the two pronouns. Huwa and what? Here. Huwa and here. Right, guys? We went from dealing with apparent nouns, asking where they were at, and then we answered utilizing the pronoun instead of the apparent noun, like we were doing initially in the class. Y'all remember that, right? Mashallah, it's very, very good. Makes a lot of sense the way they set it up. Then after that, the third point was what, class? It was Aina. It's the familiar, right, class? It was Aina for asking a question. And we understand we're using Aina, we understand the location, right? About that object that we're asking about, which normally comes directly after Aina in the question. Aina Abdullah. Abdullah fil masjid. Aina Abdul Aziz. Abdul Aziz fil fasli. Right? Aina al-qalamu. Al-qalamu ala al-maktabi. Right? Aina al-kitabu. Al-kitabu ala al-daftari. Right? Alhamdulillah. Right? Good. So once we got the Aina from the things that we're supposed to learn, you guys can see, okay, so we're utilizing Aina, and now we can utilize them in sentences, what? For fi, ala, as well as the pronouns, huwa, and here. Remember? It's all coming together. And we really didn't totally get into the reading of the actual lesson or the exercises. We just drilled to make sure that we understood what was going on grammatically and what was going on by way of what? The meaning. To understand what's going on what, class? Grammatically, and then also understand by way of the meaning. Do we understand these words that we have to what? That we have to really truly understand to be able to utilize them before we make our way to lesson 5. And I believe that we did that and we achieved that in the examples that were provided for us. Correct, class? Good. So now when you read it in the lesson, you actually have a better understanding of what's going on. Even if you're a little bit shaky with the vocabulary words, you guys know and understand fi and ala. You guys know and you understand huwa and here. You guys know and you understand aina, right? And you also understand al-alam al-mu'annith. La yansarif. You understand the principle yata'alik be what? Al-alam al-mu'annith, right? You understand the principle that is connected to these feminine names that women take on to name themselves with. That what? La yansarif ay la yati ala akhirihi at-tanween. Meaning that what? The tanween is not what? You don't read the tanween at the end of what? These things, because they don't take tanween. Why? Because they are feminine names that women take to name themselves with. Is that clear, class? We're not talking about a feminine noun. No, we're talking about names of women. Tayyib? When we learned, and we've been learning since lesson 1, that al-asl fil ism at-tanween, that the foundation in the noun is what, class? At-tanween. Right? Tayyib, inshallah. So we can say, give me a feminine name. Yeah, you. Go. Fadl. Khadija what?
Give you a feminine name.
It's pronouncing the name all the way to the end with all the vowels. Because it is accurate if it was a preposition in front of it. You got this, Abdullah. No, that's الأول المستوى الثاني يا أخي. إيش هذه يا أخي؟ كن معنا. Say, come on, stay with us. Everybody. Anyway, give me a feminine name. I'm coming back to you. Thank you. Mumtaz. Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Samina what? Thank you. Fadl. Okay, Zahratu. Tayyib. So this is what they want to really double down and make sure that you understand. Tayyib, inshallah, in this particular lesson. Is everybody clear on that? So inshallah, when I call you later on, because it's getting deep. It's getting deeper and deeper. You're getting more modded in deeper waters. Rasul, give me a name that you might name you want. You might want to, if you had another daughter, what would you name? Yeah. Oh, what's a nice name for a girl? Say who? I did ask for that. I asked for that. Okay. So again, I just need you to just really help me with outlining the last principle for the first part of lesson 4, and give me an example of a feminine name. Hmm? Which Safiya what? Mumtaz. Safiyatu. Jazakumullahu khair. And that ismun mu'annith, because an ismun mu'annith could be, we want to say al-alam al-mu'annith. Al-alamu al-mu'annith. طيب inshallah, that specifies that specifies, because there's alam al-mudhakkar, but this is al-alam al-mu'annith. And when al-alam is mentioned, we are talking about what? We're talking about names that women, that we name women with. That is what we're talking about. Is that clear when I say what I say? Alhamdulillah. We want to specify. طيب inshallah. We don't want to make it general. We want to specify in this instance. Is that clear, everybody? Abdullah? Alhamdulillah. خذ معنا. Even now we're going to ask everybody to open the book to Ad-Dars al-Rabi'. To open the book to Ad-Dars al-Rabi'. So again, we are going to do that, which highlights the execution of the grammar principle in this lesson. Everybody with me? Al-Baytu. Read after me. Al-Baytu. Fil Bayti. Is everybody on the same page? Everybody. كتابك مفتوح يا عبد الله. كتابك ليس لديك كتاب وجدت كيف تأتي كن مع واحد كن مع عبد العزيز لو سمحت. زمان يا أخي. طيب المهم البيت في البيت المسجد في المسجد المكتب على المكتب السرير على السرير. طيب inshallah. Now we're going to get into the lesson. Now we're going to do what? Get into the lesson. طيب inshallah. I'm going to ask you, Mujahid, could you please read? And you're going to ask the questions. And then Muhammad, I'm going to ask you to answer him. طيب inshallah. We're going to all read it one time. Then it's going to be Mujahid and who? And Muhammad. And then it's going to be Abdullah and Abdul Aziz. طيب inshallah. All right. Everybody just repeat and listen. Aina Muhammadun. Everybody. Aina Muhammadun. هو في الغرفة. وأين ياسر. هو في الحمام. وأين آمنة. هي في المطبخ. أين الكتاب. أين الكتاب. هو على المكتب. وأين الساعة. هي على السرير. نعم مجاهد فضل. لو سمعت أين من الأسئلة. أين محمد. أين محمد. فضل. نعم فضل. وأين ياسر. لحظة. وأين ياسر. وأين ياسر. وأين آمنة. ممتاز. أين الكتاب. هو على مكتب. وأين الساعة. هي على السرير. ممتاز. طيب تفضل يا عبد الله. أنت السائل. أين محمد. أين محمد. هو في الغرفة. وأين ياسر. هو في الحمام. وأين آمنة. هي في المطبخ. أين الكتاب. هو على المكتب. ممتاز. طيب جزاكم الله خير. So we read this, and I believe that we read it very well, and I believe that we understand it very well. Is there anything from this which was been asked of you, or which you just by way of which you read, is there anything unclear? Is there anything غير واضح? طيب. إذن. So أين محمد؟ class أين محمد؟ لا يا أخي محمد في الغرفة. Again أين محمد؟ Thank you. طيب class أين ياسر؟ All right class وأين آمنة؟ مت okay not مت but net. طيب إن شاء الله أين الكتاب؟ طيب وأين الساعة؟ هي على السرير. طيب من في الغرفة؟ من في الغرفة؟ محمد في الغرفة. ممتاز. طيب من في الحمام؟ من في الحمام؟ ياسر من في الحمام. طيب من في المطبخ؟ آمنة في المطبخ. اوكي. طيب ماذا على المكتب؟ ماذا على المكتب؟ اوكي الكتاب على المكتب. ماذا هو ما كلمة ما وهذا ماذا. ممتاز. لا يا أخي ما وهذا طيب من مثلا من في الغرفة. ممتاز. من في الغرفة؟ من في الغرفة؟ محمد في الغرفة. من في المطبخ؟ آمنة. ماذا على السرير؟ الساعة على السرير. فهمتم؟ فهمت شوية. طيب من في الحمام؟ يس نعم موجود هنا. موجود هنا نعم. لا 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 ياسر في الحمام. نعم يا أخي في الحمام. Do you understand? No, do you understand? No, the question is, do you understand? Or you only used to rituals? Oh, he said this, I gotta say this. Do you understand? هذا هو الدليل أنني أفهم. This is the proof that that indeed you understand. طيب وهذا هذا المنهج ليس بخارج الكتاب. هذا من الكتاب. This is not something that's outside of the book. This is from the book. ما هو الدليل؟ The دليل is right here. Your first exercise is أين الكتاب. First question in التمرين الأول أين الكتاب؟ لا أجبني بالضمير. Answer me with a ضمير. باستعمال الضمير. Again أين الكتاب عبد الله؟ هو. أجبني باستعمال الضمير. ها؟ Okay, so again أين محمد؟ هو في المسجد. هو في الغرفة. فهمتم؟ Okay, طيب. الصفحة التالية. These are just those two questions were from where? It's from the book. طيب. Did you understand? Do you understand what you read? Do you understand what you studied? And can you answer and exist with proper implementation of the what? Of the principles that's your what? That's your goal. Or you just trying to get the homework done and get it right? You can only do it right when you're in the book, when you're in the class. Can you read something and understand it, then be asked about it? Can you read something, understand it, and then teach it? Or are you just trying to answer the correct question without really getting the understanding? Because if they catch you slipping and you ain't got your book with you, what you gonna be doing? You gonna be fumbling? Well, I only really get it in the class. I like the way he teach. No, you don't. Don't do that to me. Takillah. Come on. You need to understand what's the goal so you can achieve it, so you can reach for it. Is that clear? Go.
Sorry, this is a dumb question.
No, it's not.
What is the goal? Sorry,
What is the goal?
because I'm having a little bit.
The goal of this lesson, first and foremost, is to understand those 4 principles that we just went over. And the secondary goal, we're going to cover that right now in a second. It's about 6 goals altogether. So the goal of this lesson is what? Is properly understanding the meaning and the what and the grammatical principles with what? With fi and ala. I'm sorry, with fi, ala, min. Help me out, class. Fi, ala, min, ila. All the 4 letters of what? Of jar that we're going to get. Tayyib. The other goal is proper usage of the what? Of the pronouns, who are in here. The other goal is proper usage of what? The word aina. The other goal is properly understanding what to do with those feminine names that women take on to name themselves with. The other what? The other goal is what? Is the 2 verbs. We're going to give you 3 though. That's the goal. All of those things is the goal. Now, and it's upon you to know it and then do what? Have it in your pocket and whip it out whenever it's time. I'm ready. I'm ready. That is the goal. Come on, let's go. Tell you it. So, you read, and then you claim that you understood. We gave you the principles prior to us even entering into the lesson. We're in the lesson now. Tell you it. I asked you those questions based off of what? What you read, and you said you understood. These what? Those questions in the way that I was drilling you is the exact way that they're going to question you from what you read in the first exercise. You just didn't realize it. That's why you felt a little off, Abdulaziz. But it's okay. Because sometimes you get hit a certain way once, you ain't gonna want to get hit with that joint again. And sometimes for you to be able to dip that joint or catch it is to get hit with it one time. And once you got, I don't want that no more. I'm gonna catch that joint. I don't like it when I'm my guard down and I get caught with that joint. Right? Sometimes when joints that you don't see coming is the worstest ones. Right? But now you prepared. So it ain't gonna be as, you know what I'm saying? Inshallah. He's all over his face in his posture. You're gonna be all right. طيب. So again, Abdullah, فضل.
No, فضل.
لا ايش عندك؟
الكلمة غرفة ما معنى كلمة غرفة؟ روم بس.
قد يكون أشياء أخرى، لكن الآن إلينا ولنا الآن في المستوى الأول نعم. طيب إن شاء الله فعليك بمعجم. عليك بمعجم يا أخي الله المستعان. أنا عارف ماذا تريد. طيب إن شاء الله. أنت حبيبي. طيب إن شاء الله أنت محبوب إلينا. المهم وأحبك الذي أحببتني فيه. طيب أين الكتاب رسول؟ جزاكم الله خير. أين محمد؟ مجاهد أين محمد؟ لا أين محمد؟ ممتاز. عبد الله أين أمينة؟ أين الكتاب؟
هو على المكتب.
وأين الساعة رسول؟ ممتاز. طيب نعم. طيب anybody in no مجاهد أين الساعة؟ Answer me with a pronoun. أين الساعة؟ ممتاز. أين ياسر؟ Muhammad. أين ياسر? Answer me with a pronoun. It's okay. I don't have a problem with it flipping back and forth because I know y'all ain't memorized it yet. Come on. هو فعل ممتاز. نعم. طيب أين آمنة؟ ضل. أين آمنة؟ طيب آمنة في الغرفة؟ ممتاز. Now you got it. Y'all see him? He ready now. ما شاء الله. أياسر في المطبخ؟ ممتاز. طيب من في الغرفة؟ من في الغرفة؟ من في الغرفة؟
محمد
لحظة مجاهد. محمد في الغرفة. طيب إن شاء الله. ومن في الحمام؟ ياسر في الحمام. طيب ماذا على المكتب عبد الله؟ ماذا على المكتب؟ ماذا؟ الكتاب على المكتب. طيب إن شاء الله. ماذا على السرير؟ ماذا على السرير؟ لا. ماذا على السرير؟ ماذا على السرير؟ ماذا؟ نعم يا أخي انظر. ماذا على السرير؟ لا انظر. انظر يا أخي. اقرأ اقرأ. ماذا على السرير؟ ماذا على السرير؟ الساعة على السرير. نعم. See that pressure you felt? You kept hearing that question in your ear over and over again. That is intentional. Tayyib, inshallah. Don't get all clammy and start fumbling. Just zone in. Because when you talking and people, you're in the middle of a conversation and you going back and forth, you trying to just, not make it weird because it's all Arabic, and that's that you're going to get them type of feelings. Don't tap out and start speaking English. Calm down, breathe, whatever you got to do, and answer the question. Continue. Is everybody clear? All right. Now, tell you. So your exercise is to do what? What you just did orally. You have to do it what? You got to write it out. This book is this is a workbook. You should have your erasable pens or your erasable pencils writing all in this book. I need my answers. Is everybody clear? This is your homework. Tell you. Exercise number 2. Exercise what? Exercise number 2. It says what? It says iqra waqtu. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So from those words that you have to study, from those matters that you must know and be familiar with, all right, we want you to be familiar with them by way of their terminology, what they are called, and then we want you to have the examples of these things that you're supposed to know. Is that clear? Okay, from that, what you're supposed to know from the beginning of what? The first part of lesson 4 is harful jahri. A harful jahri is considered to be a preposition. The examples of this term is fi, ala, min, and what class? Ila. Is that clear? Now, the meanings of these are clear, and you guys should understand them. Do you understand what fi means? Do you understand what ala means? Do you understand what min means? Do you understand what ila means? then we don't need to translate it. Ad-damiru. All right, and we know what harful jar is. Good. Ad-damiru. Ad-damiru is considered to be what? We know what that means, right? Mumtaz. The examples of what? Of the pronouns that you're supposed to know is what class? Who and what? Mumtaz. Now, Aina istifhamiyya or Aina al-istifhamiyya, which is what? The example of Aina. All right? We know what Aina means. Aina means what class? Mumtaz. That's what it translates to. طيب inshallah. ويفهم بها المكان. We understand what utilizing Aina, the location of the thing that we're asking about. For example, the sentence that it may come in is what class? Aina what? Aina al-mudarrisu. Right, class? All right, and we put a question mark at the end. طيب إن شاء الله. المهم العلم المؤنث. العلم المؤنث. And العلم المؤنث is what class? The example of a feminine what? There you go, class. And we are talking about what? The likes of Zay. What? Now what? Nabu. We are talking about what class? Mar. What class? Maryamu. We're talking about what class? What? Chatu. Keeping in mind that all these what? These feminine al-alam al-mu'annith. Al-alam al-mu'annith. Al-alam al-mu'annith. Remember, al-alam al-mu'annith. It is what? The likes of these types of names. Now, al-alam al-mudhakkar, right, class? And this is just some ziyad, just some little addition. Al-alam al-what? Al-mudhakkar. Al-alam al-mudhakkar is what, class? Muhammadun. Right, class? Zayd. What class? Zaydun. And what class? And Sa'id. What class? Dun. Sa'idun. So the difference between these two sets of names is that the masculine, tanween. The feminine, one dhamma. One dhamma. Is that clear? Al-alam al-mu'annath, example. Al-alam al-mudhakkar. Oh, and now when you have them up against the masculine names, you understand more. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Right? I'm not talking about sa'atun. I'm not talking about sa'atun. Is everybody with me? Right? You see what I'm talking about? Jadidatun, qadimatun. I'm not talking about that. That is not what is intended. Oh, but say it again. What about the male's name that's written in it? Like my son named Muawiyah. Right. That's lesson 22. But we'll take a different name. That's lesson 22, Medina Book 1. Lady Death. But we will get it then. Because there are certain masculine names, they look like they're feminine. There are certain names that look like they're verbs. There are certain names that, and we'll get into those later as we go along, that is opening up the door, kicking in the door for those words that are considered to be mamnu'un min as-sarf. And words that are mamnu' min as-sarf, meaning they're prohibited from taking what? Tanween. They fall under it. They fall in the same category from these feminine names. Tayyib, inshallah, there's a few different categories that they must be approached and studied on this road from Medina Book 1 from lessons 23. You're going to take it in what? In portions. Every couple of lessons, you're going to get another example of a word that does not take tanween, and it's a noun. Is that clear? Like, for example, the name, a master name, Anwar, right? You got, like Anwar, Abu Sahel, Anwar, our beloved brother, right? My little brother, right? Bro, his name does not take tanween. His name does not take, literally Anwaru. But there's a reason. Because his name looks like a verb. It resembles a verb. Yazidu. And we could go on. Looks like it resembles a verb. And the Arabs, or the scholars, they've categorized it in these what? In these particular, in each what? Each one gets a reason. What's the reason for this and of it not taking tanween? Their names that females take on. That's the reason. Therefore, what? No tanween. Is that clear? And that's just the beginning. You just scratching the surface. Go.
I remember last class we talked about compound names, Abdullah, Abdulatif.
let's understand first about those compound names, and we will get into that and the explanation of that in lesson 5, because that name is a name. It's an example of that which is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, right? There are certain points in the Arabic language that are valid. That could be a whole nother matter in or research within itself, and you could actually get an Arabic benefit from it. But when you are existing inside of a curriculum that has a beginning and an end, and it actually works, you want to be keen to kind of keep your students on that road. Because sometimes as you're on that road, you passing really cool things. Yo, look at that. Yo, this one is this is another joint. And what'll happen? You'll get off the course, right? And it might look like the Madinah course, the book, are you using it, but y'all having conversations about all different types of things. You kind of want to stay on the way, because I don't want them to catch. You kind of want to keep your students centered in that direction, because it might be fun because y'all having something to talk about, and the student actually brought it up, and it feels good because he thought of something, he was wondering about something, and him and his staff had a whole conversation about it. Go, yo, it was exciting. We went over something. I thought of something. Remember that joke we was talking about? And we went over it, and now I got to understand it. But in regards to what you're supposed to get, exactly, you understand what I'm saying? From each lesson to each lesson to each lesson to end up building a whole what? Body of work, body of knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? You might end up with something else. How do I know this? Because I've done this before. I did that before. And it was a lot of benefit, but you want to stay within the curriculum. Sometimes you can venture out, but if it's something that may take a long conversation, that other stuff may precede it, that it will give that student a better understanding, then you have to what? Know when to say, But at the same time, give them something else. Meaning, for example, Abdul Aziz. Give Abdul Aziz the fact that we're going to deal with the type of words that he's talking about, compound words or compound names, in next lesson. Why? Because his name and names like that name that are compound, made up of 2 words, right? That's called mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Lesson 5, the main goal of lesson 5 is what, class? Mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, right? In the way that I like to explain it is the way that Sheikh Najrani, who is the author of the explanation of Medina Book 1, I explain it the way he explains it in his book. Not this book, this is his book too. There's another book he has called Al-Mughni. He explains mudaf and mudaf ilayhi in such a way, subhanallah, it's like dessert before dinner. Yeah, it's good, and I got a sweet tooth, so you'll enjoy it, and you'll never have any problems with mudaf ilayhi. And I'm gonna tell you this: for those people who know about mudaf ilayhi, people tend to translate mudaf ilayhi as the owner and the own. Guess what? That's not always correct. You can have an example of mudaf ilayhi, and it has nothing to do with ownership, right? But most people on a basic level, they always be like, yeah, it's the owner and the owner. I know that, man. Why you spend so much time on that? Then you get examples, and it's like owner and the own doesn't legitimize that the understanding, let alone the translation of that example of mudaf ilayhi. Is everybody with me? So again, going back to Abdul Aziz's question, let's really get an understanding of the mudaf ilayhi, and then we'll talk about the likes of how come women don't take on the likes of Abdullahi, Abdul Rahman, Abdul, into the end. Like, how come women don't have names like that? And we could look at Amatullah. You feel what I'm saying? To deep down, but that's a good question, and I like that. And I want to do some research about that question before we get into it, because that I don't want to just dive in. That's a good question, but why? But it is a good point though, especially for people who study Arabic before, that have some background. Wow, why is it like that, and why is it not? Why is it like that, and how come? I get you. So we're going to find out. I would like to do some research about that, but I would never. That's the other thing about me. I'm not arrogant. I know better. If you get arrogant, you're gonna harm yourself. And one who is, and we're talking about the definition as it comes in Islam, as Muhammad Sallallahu explained, al-kibru batarul haqq wa ghatam nas. True arrogance is the definition. Muhammad Sallallahu gave us the ta'rif, the definition of what kibr is, right? And kibr is actually to do what? Is batarul haqq wa ghatam nas. It's to reject the truth and then look down upon people. Naam? So I am quick to humble myself and say, let me do a research on that. And we should make that normal amongst us. When we don't know something, or you might got a tad bit of it, like I was wondering, hey, Amatullah. But you just came up with that, but you didn't do a research, and you definitely didn't ask the ulama about your question, which is, well, how come there's so many Abdul Rahman, Abdul Aziz, Abdul Razak, Abdul, but then we got, what about women? Then I just can't, oh, Amatullah. But again, I believe that would necessitate a little more study before we say, here's the women and here's in this Amatullah. And I would like to do a good research first before I present it to the class. But it is a juicy topic. It is a good one. But I know that's to be mustajid. But I am not hasty. I am not hasty at all. I am not hasty. Take that one, y'all. Take that one. That's a good one. Don't you hurt yourself. You know? You're saying you love Islam, you love the Sunnah, and then you rush and you hurt yourself like that, and you knew better. Huh? As Sheikh al-Bukhari, he did a whole lecture, right? He did a whole lecture on all about what? The crime, right? To speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about something that you do not know. And you rushed into it. And you know you didn't know. But you want to chew the fat about it. And I was wondering about, I'm thinking about it, but you really don't know. You just chewing the fat. You just talking about it. Stop talking. Wait. Fear Allah, do your proper research, and then you do it the way it should be done. You do your necessary research and homework, and then you take it to those who know. And then after you return back to those who know, then you present it. And you can't, you don't that trip. You don't take everybody on that trip with you, man. You might be mistaken. Man. Shut your mouth and like that. But thank you. Now and keep the questions going. Let's make sure that I don't forget that, and you send me that question, please. No, text it to me. Text it to me. We're gonna take it to the people that know y'all. Now, right. So we will get some time. Let me ask. Does Hamza have class today?
No.
So do we have a little bit of time after Isha?
No. He doesn't have class today. His class starts Wednesday.
So we're good for. We just want to finish up because we started late. So we just want to give you guys a whole of lesson 4, so we could be ready for lesson 5 tomorrow. All right, because that's the goal. Cool. Is that good? That's good. That's good. Okay, good. I'm thinking that. Let's Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is that how you want to do it? So you saying because people gonna become wanting to pray. Yeah, that's how I was listening for last. That was a lot of people. Unasked.
I'll pause the live.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a stan.
No, I can just say we'll be right back.
Nah, inshallah, please.
Let me see my clip.
Which one? This one. Yeah. Now, so let's get back into the book. Let me see those books. Yeah. I'm good right here. Come on, y'all. No, I'm good. We can do it like this. All right, everybody open their books back up. It's tempting, but no, I'm chill. Everybody open their books up. بسم الله إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد. طيب وصلنا إلى تمرين الأول. وتمرين الأول الأسئلة من الدرس. In the first exercise, there are the questions from what? From the lesson. We're talking about the lesson 4, and those questions all established from what? Aina Muhammad into the in huwa fil ghurfati wa aina Yasirun huwa fil hammami wa aina Aminatu hiya fil matbakhi aina al-kitabu huwa ala al-maktabi wa aina as-sa'atu hiya ala sariri. Naam? And then those questions based off of what I just read. First question, aina al-kitab, and we're going to answer with what class? They want you to answer utilizing the pronouns that we learned from this lesson. طيب? Now, so if we ask you a question and it's feminine, you're going to reply with the feminine pronoun. If we ask you a question from the book and it's masculine, you're going to reply with the what? The masculine pronoun. We're only dealing with two pronouns here, huwa and here. Huwa and here can be lil-aql wa li-ghayr al-aql. Right? طيب inshallah. So let's practice. Let's go through these questions that we just went through. And now before you guys weren't that familiar, now you should have a nice rhythm because you understand what you read. I just read it. And now you're going to answer from it. طيب, starting with Rasul. أين الكتاب؟ هو ممتاز. طيب, next. Participating? You guys in class? Inshallah. طيب, مجاهد. أين محمد؟ ممتاز. طيب, أين الساعة محمد? No, you're not. They're all from the lesson.
Oh, from the lesson. Okay.
Yeah, Muhammad is from the Quran. For you, right? طيب, أين الساعة? ممتاز. هي على السرير. طيب, وأين ياسر عبد الله؟
ياسر
هو
في الحمام.
ممتاز وبارك الله فيكم. طيب, أين أمينة عبد العزيز؟
هي في المطبخ.
ممتاز. نعم. أمينة في الغرفة رسول. ممتاز. أياسر في المطبخ مجاهد. أياسر في المطبخ مجاهد.
لا هو في الحمام.
حمامي. نعم صح. ممتاز. That's right. You got to hold that thing. You got to sit on it a little bit. حياكم الله. Yeah, that's a true statement. Wow, that's scary. طيب, من في الغرفة. She's right though. من في الغرفة. Who just won? مجاهد. Okay. طيب, محمد. من في الغرفة. طيب, ومن في الحمام؟ عبد الله.
ياسر في الحمام.
نعم. ماذا على المكتب؟
الكتاب على المكتب.
ممتاز. ماذا على السرير؟ رسول. ممتاز وبارك الله فيكم. فوصلنا إلى تمرين الثاني. We just reached the exercise number 2. And the directions are اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات, which is the command to read and write or proper vowel at the end of what? Of each one of these words. Keeping in mind to implement the principles of what? Of harf jar, when the harf jar enters upon a noun. As we know, we understand and we know that harf jar has not come upon a noun, then it's going to be what? Marfu'an. It's going to get the ruling of being marfu'an, meaning that starting point, and the ruling is known, that term is known as marfu'an. Right? The sign that something is marfu'un is the fact that it takes a what class? It's going to take a dhamma. طيب inshallah? Na'am. But if a harf jar comes in front of it, then the way that we speak away or just break it down is by saying that the harf jar, for example, fi, harf jar. All right, it's harf jar. Or some people say that you say la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. There's no place for it from the grammar definition. Or harf jar is sufficient. We continue on and we say what? That al-madrasati is how it should be read. Because fi came in front of it, and we know that what? That it has affected what? The noun that came after it. It is considered to be majrurun. It is considered to be an ismun majrurun because fi. Bifi. Right? The sign, wa alamatul jahrihi, the sign is the what? Is the kasra. All right? And we will write those fundamental what? Those fundamental rulings of i'rab. And there's 4 fundamental rulings in regards to i'rab, fundamental terms. Marfu'un, majrurun, mansubun, and majzumun. And I will bring them to you once we what? Once we take in the verbs. Right? The verb, and once we take the verbs, we'll take the verbs in the next part of lesson 4. Tayyib, inshallah, once I give you every part to speech, you've already gotten 2 of them. You've gotten the nouns. You just got the prepositions. And the third part of speech of the Arabic language is what, class? That is to be covered are the verbs. Is that clear? Normally it is introduced ismun, fi'lun, wa harfun. The nouns, right? The verbs, and then what? And then the prepositions. But here they introduce it pretty much in the same lesson. The verbs and the what? And the prepositions. Tayyib, inshallah, I'll give that to you as well as the parts of speech at the appropriate time. All right? That's basically the ending of this lesson. Tayyib. So, most importantly, if there's no preposition, it should be read al-madrasa too. Is that clear? Exactly. If there's a preposition in front of it, if there's a harful jar in front of it, then it should be what? Fi, or we're going to say fil madrasati, because that aleph there is hamzatul wasl. If it begins the speech, then it is read and it's what? It's read and it's pronounced. But if it's in the middle of speech, then it's written and not pronounced. Go ahead, Aziz.
Where are we in the book? I think I'm lost.
Exercise number 2. That's exercise number 1. That's exercise number 2 at the bottom. Yeah, we did that already. So now, see, exercise number 2. We did all this. We just went over it. Okay? And now we're here. Is there anybody else that got lost? Because I did start getting into some explanation. Is everybody okay? Everybody cool? Exercise 2? Exercise 2? Now, on page 22. Now, so again, the directions is read and write with proper vowel at the end of the words. Tayyib, inshallah, at the end of the word. So here you go. It says al-madrasa, what class? 2. Now preposition is in front of us, so we're going to read fil madrasa T. Very good. One more time. Al-madrasa 2. Fil madrasa T. Na'am. Tayyib. So again, it's marfu'un. When preposition is not in front of it, but it's going to be majrurun because of the preposition that came in front of it. Whether it be fi, ala, or whether it be min or ila, as you will see when we cross over into the second part of lesson 4. Let's continue on. After me, al-madrasa 2. Fil madrasa T. Fil bayti. Al-baytu. Al-ghurfatu. Al-hammamu. Fil matbakhi. Al-maktabu. على المكتب على الكرسي السرير على الكتاب في المسجد. طيب. So we are working up. We are working up to something. Naam. They are showing you, and he is explaining what is happening when a harf jar comes upon a noun. Tayyib, combined with what you learned in lesson 3 when alif lam is added to a noun. Is that clear?
No.
All right. So we got what we learned in the previous lesson, which is al-madrasa 2. But then we have what we learned in this lesson, but what? Fil madrasa T. Does everybody see that? No. Now, grammatically, you should understand what's going on. Also, by way of the meaning of the bringing together of all these words, you should understand grammatically what's going on. Do you understand the meaning? And do you also understand grammatically what you must do? If that is the case, then now we're going to give everybody an opportunity to show that they understand and implement the principles of grammar when these words come together. Rasul, please read the first word. No, we're back to Tamudin number 2.
Oh.
Exercise number 2.
Madrasa 2.
Very good. طيب فضل يا مجاهد.
المدرسة.
ممتاز. محمد.
في البيت.
ممتاز. عبد الله.
الغرفة.
لا يا أخي.
Huh?
He said في البيت. Then you got L. في البيت البي.
البيت.
ممتاز. عبد العزيز.
الغرفة.
ممتاز. رسول.
حمام.
الحمام. Very good. طيب فضل يا مجاهد.
في المطبخ.
في المطبخ. ممتاز. محمد.
المكتب.
Thank you. المكتب. Thank you. فضل عبد الله.
على المكتب.
على المكتب. فضل عبد العزيز.
على الكرسي.
ممتاز. فضل رسول.
السرير.
نعم. فضل مجاهد.
على المكتب.
ممتاز. محمد.
على الكتاب.
He said, oh, I'm so sorry. على الكتاب. Thank you.
الكتاب.
فضل يا أخي.
في المسجد.
بارك الله فيكم. نعم. So here it says اقرأ واكتب. It says read and write. So before we just again he was just showing you, Dr. Fadl Rahim, he was just showing you, making sure and itemizing that you understand the principle. But it was not a complete sentence. Now we're going to utilize these principles in what? In complete sentences. This is the difference. He's been building you up to this. Tayyib. So we have what? We have 10 sentences that you must what? Now keep in mind, 1, you must complete that. That's something that you have to do. 2, you must complete it by writing the vowels at the end of each one of these combinations of words. That's exercise 2. The second part of exercise 2, which is 10 sentences, is that you have to what? You have to read and what? And write these 10 sentences. Properly voweled. Everything properly voweled. Right? Mm-hmm. And now since you know the principle, you shouldn't have any issues voweling these words. I know it's no vowels. He did that on purpose. I know it's no vowels. He did it on purpose. Now it's time for you to show that you understand what it means as well as grammatically what you should do. Now, so who do we stop on? Muhammad? Who we stop on? Who read last? Mujahid, you read last? Muhammad, you read last? طيب, Abdullah. الطالب.
الطالب في الجامعة.
طيب, write it in vowel. Say it in vowel. نعم. عبد العزيز. إلى اليسار. To the left.
الرجل في المسجد.
نعم. رسول.
أين التاجر؟ هو في الدكان.
هو في الدكان. نعم. بارك الله فيكم. مجاهد.
القلم على المكتب.
ممتاز. محمد.
أين زينب؟ هي في الغرفة.
ممتاز. عبد الله.
القلم على المكتب.
أين الورق وليس كذلك؟
أين الورق؟ هو على المكتب.
طيب, الآن سابع.
أين المدرس؟ أين
مدرس.
أين المدرس؟ هي في هو في الفصل.
طيب إن شاء الله. نعم. رسول.
أين ياسر؟ هو في الرحاب. ممتاز.
طيب, تفضل. مجاهد.
الشمس والقمر في السماء.
في
السماء.
ممتاز. Beautiful, beautiful ما شاء الله sentence. نعم. نعم. تفضل.
من في الفصل.
من في الفصل. أي نعم. من في الفصل. أي نعم.
من في الفصل.
أي نعم. طيب, عبد العزيز, تفضل. Read this too, the masculine and the المذكر والمؤنث من هذه الكلمات إن شاء الله.
Okay. محمد آمنة.
نعم رسول.
خالد زينب.
نعم فضل مجاهد.
حامد فاطمة.
نعم فضل.
ياسر مريم.
ممتاز فضل.
عمار خديجة.
عمار عائشة أليس كذلك؟
عائشة.
عمار عائشة.
عائشة.
لا أرى هكذا.
لا تتكلم يعني بارك الله فيكم. اقرأ جيد، اقرأ فقط.
كيف أقرأ؟ لا أرى، لم أرى.
تناقش وعليك بالكتاب فما جئت بواحد. ها هو المشكلة. تفضل يا أخي.
سعيد خديجة.
تفضل.
علي صفية.
نعم فضل.
عباس رقية.
نعم الحمد لله. طيب إذا اقرأ الآن. ليس لدي حركات. So now you guys are interested to the exercise. There's no what? There's no vowels on this. So now you have to implement the principle of what? Al-alam al-mu'annif. The what? Those names that females take on, right? How do you read it and read it correctly with the principles connected to the alam al-mu'annif? طيب إن شاء الله. And we know لا يأتي على آخره التنوين لا ينصرف. طيب فضل يا محمد. حامد. نعم عبد الله.
زينب.
ممتاز. عبد العزيز.
آمنة.
نعم رسول.
عمار.
ممتاز. طيب فضل مجاهد.
سعيد.
نعم فضل محمد.
فاطمة.
نعم فضل عبد الله.
مريم.
نعم فضل عبد العزيز.
مريم.
بعد مريم.
علي.
ممتاز. فضل رسول.
خالد.
نعم فضل مجاهد. عباس. فضل محمد. عائشة. نعم فضل محمد. نعم فضل
صفية.
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 هكذا.
آسف.
أوكي. طيب. نعم. خديجة. أي نعم. طيب الصفحة التالية. So, alhamdulillah, we have arrived at الدرس الرابع با. We are at lesson 4, what class? Ba, which is the second part. He mentioned في كتاب المعلم. He says that the goal of lesson 4 ba is ta'aleemu, two things. Is the ta'aleem is the instructing and then learning of what class? Two things. طيب فالأول, the first thing is من أين. The first one is what? من أين. And من أين, why? Because we are going to learn in this lesson the last two from the 4 prepositions in this lesson that you will learn. We learned what class? We learned ala and we learned what? Fi. Now we're going to get what class? Min and what? Ila. They're all prepositions. When they come in front of a noun, they cause the noun to come after it to take a custom, right? Causing it to be majroorun and no longer being marfu'an. Tayyib. Min means what class? From. And ila means what class? Ain't no. Min means what class? From. 2. Okay. Alhamdulillah. اصبر يا أخي. نعم. اصبر. في المستوى الثاني ونحن في المستوى الأول. المستوى الرابع هو. نعم. طيب إذن. نعم. طيب. So it's very important that we do some small practicing with this this min. Okay? As I mentioned, min means from, and ila means to. طيب. So he recommended here in his Kitab al-Mu'allim, he said that we should explain to you this understanding of men, this understanding of men, and what does it what? and what does it actually mean? Okay, as well as grammatically, how does it affect the sentence? Right. So we're going to turn to these examples on the board. We're going to turn to these examples on the board. So I wrote on the board, Mujahidun is where, class? He's min as-sin. Now, so it is permissible when min comes in front of a noun. We're talking about the same word. When min comes in front of a noun, to do what? In the way that min is spelled, it's mim kasra, noon in white class, sukun. Now, so there is a principle about the coming together of the two sukuns, and it is a danger of the sukun in min, the noon of min, and the sukun in the what? In the lam of aleph and lam, right? To meet one another. And it is something, a principle called the iltiqa as-sakinain, the coming together of the two sukuns. When that occurs in Arabic, you must vow the sukun of what? Of the noon and min. Because of the impermissibility of the sukun and the noon coming together with the sukun in the lam. Because remember, this is written and not pronounced. So if this is gone, what's going to meet? These two sukuns. That's impermissible in the Arabic language. So we read and we write a fatha here. And min becomes what? Minal. Or in this case, it's a sun letter. It becomes what class? Minos. Oh, that's why we read it like that. Because of the impermissibility of the two sukuns coming together. What two sukuns? The sukun is in the noon, in min, and the sukun that's over the lam, and what? In alif lam the ta'rif. It's impermissible. Hence why we say wa alaykumus salamu. Is that clear? No. Right? Because in salam it's a sukun. And the kaf and the meme of kum, the meme has technically a sukun over it. So we say wa alaykumus salam. As our brother pointed out in the previous lessons, and that was recorded. So al-muhim, it says mujahidun minas what class? Minasini. Mina what? Minas sini. Because of the min. So we're going to say Muhammad minal what class? Minal hindi. And we're going to say what class? Abdullahi minal. Right? Minal yaba what? Ni. Hindi. Is everybody clear? Is everybody? Faddal.
I'm confused about, you said about the sukun on the lam, but what about the one on the aleph? You don't say the aleph?
What are we talking about?
For the aleph and lam?
No, because this aleph here is known as what? Hamzatul wasal. Right? And the principle for Hamzatul wasal is what? It's tuktabu, right? It's tuktabu wa tuntaqu. All right? It's what? It's tuktabu wa tuntaqu, right? Fil bidayatil kalam. It's written and it's what? And it's read when it's in the beginning of what? Speech. Right? Okay. But when it's in the middle of speech, it's what? It's tuktabu wa la tuntaqu. Right? Okay? No, it's okay. It's okay. And by way of Quranic reading, it becomes extremely important to know this. Right? And like you said, it's already familiar because we read the Quran in Arabic. A lot of us. So when you say, oh, that's that, like he just did. But it's even more, it anchors you even more where you actually understand the principle and you've memorized and you know the principle in Arabic, and now you understand it to implement it. Is that clear? No. That's what just happened. So again, when it's in the what? When it's in the beginning of speech, it's written and it's pronounced. But when it's what? When it's in the middle of speech, meaning something's in front of it, then it's written and not what? Pronounced. And what's written over it is the sign of what? Alamatul wasal. The sign of what? Wasal. For Hamzatul wasal. And you guys see that all the time in the Quran. You don't believe me? Go open up the Quran right now. Open up the Mus'haf. You're like, oh, it's all over the place. Yes. Is everybody clear? Everywhere. Yeah, it's so many different places. Is everybody clear? Tayyib. So that's what's going on here. So again, Mujahidun min al what? Or min al Sini, right, class? Muhammadun min al what? Hindi. Abdullahi min what? Min al what? Yabani. So the question is, min aina Mujahidun? Mujahidun min al Sini. Or huwa min al Sini. So the question is, min aina Muhammadun? Muhammadun where, class? Min what? Min al Hindi. Okay? Min aina Abdullah. Where's Abdullah from? Abdullahi what? Min al Yabani. Is that clear? So, and they really wanted us to really just sit down on that and get an understanding of this min aina or min aina anta, min, like that. Is that clear? So for example, Rasul, min aina anta. Is that clear? Is everybody clear? Mujahid, min aina anta. من أين أنت؟ أنا من رسول من أين أنت؟ طيب حياك الله. نعم محمد من أين أنت؟ ممتاز. Is everybody clear? Abdullah من أين أنت؟
أنا من مصر.
Okay طيب. Okay من أين أنت؟
أنا من مدينة فيلادلفيا.
ممتاز. A lot of times people might not know where that's at.
أمريكا.
Okay. أنا من أمريكا.
أنا من أمريكا.
All right, because Amaliki is you're talking about your nationality now.
Oh, right.
It's your jinsiya, your nationality, right? And that's not what I just asked you. Now, if I asked you my jinsiya tukad, then that would be different. You know, I'm Amaliki, I'm American, right? And that's another lesson. Al-Muhim, is everybody clear about that? Everybody clear? Then let me ask you a question. If we know that Mujahid is min al-Sini, and Muhammad is min al-Hindi, and Abdullah is min al-Yabani, then I could ask you this question. Rasul, min aina Mujahid? ممتاز. طيب. مجاهد من أين محمد؟ محمد من الهند. جيد. Or هو من الهند. Either or. طيب محمد من أين عبد الله؟ هو من اليابان. Is everybody clear? It don't just need to stop because I might want to know about him. Like, من أين رسول? No, you got to answer that.
من رسول هو من أمريكا.
You fixed it. Is everybody clear? Right. And this is the desired conversation and practice that the student should have with their instructor. And it shouldn't be nothing. It should be, oh, we did that. Alhamdulillah, I could do that. Is that clear? There are a great amount of what practice and conversations that actually must happen from one lesson to the lesson, that, along with understanding and digesting the principles. And there's a middle course for both of them. The practice as well as the what? The digesting of the what? The principles. Now, let's continue on. After that, we wanted to make sure that you understood the goals of ad-darsul rabi'u ba. Now, of ad-darsul rabi'u ba. We understand for ad-darsul rabi'u alif, it's what class? It's fi and ala. It's what class? It's who and here. It's what class? It's aina. It's what class? Al-alam al-mu'annif. طيب. مثل حرف الجر مثل في على من إلى. الضمير مثل who and here. Are there more pronouns? Are there more damirs than who? Yes, there's a whole lot of pronouns. But that for lesson 4, who and here. الضمير هو here. أين الاستفهامية. أين, for example, أين المدرس. نعم. العلم المؤنث زينب مريم عائشة. You hear the what, that term in Arabic, you already got one in the chamber. And you understand it. And you're not flip-flopping and fumbling, you understand. You learn it together. That question, he said, what is the goal of lesson 4? You should know it. Altogether, it's about 5 things. Altogether, it's about what, class? 5 things. What am I talking about? We're talking about all the prepositions, min, and what, and ila, and then the other 2 you learn. Then what? That's 1. Then the 2 verbs. Right? Verbs. Right? Then the pronouns. The what? Aina. And what else? Al-alam al-what? Mu'annif. For lesson 4. Altogether, how many things? Then there are those examples for each one of those terms. Is that clear? Because there's a bunch of pronouns. We just got 2 for lesson 4. Is that clear? So you want the term. They'll be, pronouns. Yeah, I know about that. We're not going to bring we're not going to bring a pronoun except we bring the parent down first. Huh? And we talked about that, right? All right, don't lose it. Mm-hmm. Now, after that understanding of principles, now we want to implement the principles and read the book and do the drills. Read the book and then do the drills. Is that clear? You're familiar with it, you understand the terminology, you're not lost. Hey now, so we did min and we understand ilah, correct? We did min and we understand ilah. So there's a further breakdown of min and ilah, an extra benefit of why are they giving us the verbs now too, along with the introduction of the what? The huruf al-jar, the prepositions. Let's get into it. So dhahaba is a verb, past tense verb. Kharaja is a verb, past tense verb. Jalasa, which is an additional that I like to include, is a verb, past tense verb. Jalasa or dhahaba means what, class? He what? Kharaja means what? He left what, class? Out. Jalasa means what? He sat.
These are
all past tense. When a verb is introduced, it's always introduced in its first what, class? Past tense form. Now, so let's get into it. Let's have a little fun. So we have what? Everybody say dhahaba. Dhahaba. And now everybody after me say yadhabu. All right, everybody after me say idhab. Idhab. Now everybody say kharaja. Kharaja. Everybody say yakhruju. Yakhruju. Now everybody say everybody say ukhruj. Now everybody say jalasa. Everybody say yajlisu. Yajlisu. Now I want everybody to say ijlis. Okay. Now, so these what here? So we're going to say dhahaba kharaja jalasa. So we know what that means. Here is the what? This is what we call and what is known as fi'lun. Right? This is a what? Also a fi'lu. And this is also what, class? Fi'lu. Right? However, it's 3 types. Here is the fi'lu what? Madi. Everybody say madi. And here is the fi'lu what? Everybody say al-mudari'u. Or fi'lu mudari'i. Fi'lu madi. Yeah. And then everybody with me, this is fi'lul. Everybody say fi'lul amri. Amri. So fi'lul madi is the what, class? That's the past. All right. This is the what, class? Past. Fi'lul mudari is the what, class? present. And then fi'l al-amri, everybody say what? Command. That's how it comes in the Arabic language. Don't worry. So, when you learn a verb, you should always learn it in its three tenses. Never learn a verb and you don't got the other two tenses. Play it, because then you can't do what you need to do with it. Is that clear? If you learn a noun, make sure you know what, along with the singular form, you learn it's what? Plural. If you don't, then you can't really do what you need to do with that word. If you are truly a person of words, and you are now because you're studying Arabic, when you're taking your words, it's a noun, what's the singular form, what's the plural form. If you're taking verbs, what's the past, what's the present, what's the command. Is everybody with me? Now, so to learn how to put a verb on a commanding form, is that clear? You must understand it in its past and what? And present form. These verbs are really good. They're three different verbs, right? But keeping in mind that those three verbs, they're on three different scales. They're on three different patterns. They're on three different scales. They're on three different what class? Patterns. They're on three different scales, or they're three different what? Patterns. No one understand, if you see the voweling of the past tense verb, they're all the same. It's built upon what? Fatha. It's dhahaba, kharaja, and what? Jalasa. Oh, it's all the same vowels. But then when you look on the what? When you look on the present tense form, you see there's different patterns. The voweling is slightly different. Look closely. Dhahaba becomes what class? Dhahaba. Look at the what? Look at the middle letter. It's what? It's yathhabu. Kharaja what class? Yakh what? Ruju. Jalasa what class? Yaj lisu. So if you understand the verb on the past and present form, then you can easily what? Turn it into a command. Because you know the past and present form. If you memorize the past and present form, you will always know how to put it on the command. Right? First and foremost, if you look at it, it's always a sukoon on the what? On the second and on the last letter. On the second and on the last letter. On the second and on the last letter. Is that clear? Does everybody see that? All right, let's go ahead and make sure we do a little highlighting, yes, of the grammar. Go. That's another whole story. That's a whole nother story, because that's mebni on al-majhul. Yeah, but what are you doing?
But I'm saying, but my question is, do it change? Do the item kalima change
When what?
on its head? Should it be tubu?
It's tuktabu wa tuntaku. Wa tuntaku. Tuktabu wa tuntaku.
But with all that,
That's because it has to follow the pattern of of it being mabni al-majhul. That's why it has to follow that pattern. So it's tuktabu wa tuntaku. So it's fu'ila, as you know, and it becomes yuf'alu. Yuf'alu hakada. Yuf'alu. No, yes.
I mean, yeah, but like that, but I'm saying also, then I was wondering.
Oh, because of it, the origin taking a dhamma. No, it follows the pattern, because now it's been placed on mabni al-majhul. I believe it returns back to having a feminine source. That's why. Tuktabu wa tuntaku, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But I believe that's why, because it's feminine source. But I memorized the qaida like that. But that's another conversation. We can have that conversation ba'din. I know. That I believe that's why. Wallahu a'lam, though. We'll get into it though. But it should be a dhamma on the first one. Tuntaku. It should be. It's tuntaku, right? It's tuktabu wa tuntaku. So hakada, because it's mabni lil majhul. That's why. but it's mudari. This is the mudari form of mabni lil majhul. Look up mabni lil majhul. If it's a khata fi, ansahni, and I'll correct it. But I memorized it like that years, and from what I understand, it's feminine and it's like that because it's mabni lil majhul. So what do you see? Do you see something that it should be different than that?
First, I was wondering why use the feminine tag.
Right. Because that's just the way the principle was memorized. It returns back to probably kalimat. Al-kalimat تكتب وتنطق. فكلمات كلمة مؤنث. كلمات it's مؤنث. فالكلمة أو القاعدة هكذا. فشيء مهم, I believe that's the وزن of مبني للمجهول. ليس كذلك. في المضارع. It's fundamentally, but that's a qaida that I memorized from a piece from out of something else. No, but fundamentally, it could be like that. But that's the qaida, and I memorized the qaida like that in its feminine form. And in its feminine form, it's sahihan hakada. تكتب ولا تنطق. يا يعود إلى شيء مؤنث. It returns back to that which is something that is mu'annith. Can it be written in mudari? Yeah, it could be يكتب. Yeah, بلا شك. فكأنها يعود إلى شيء مؤنث وقد يكون فائدة وقد يكون يعني الكلمة ولكن هل هو صحيح؟ Yes, definitely. Yeah, it could be. But why did I write it feminine? Because it's just من الكل. It's a piece from the entirety referring back to probably كلمات القاعدة. والله أعلم. Yes, go.
Question related to the
Mm-hmm.
when you're writing the how do you know what makes it
All right, come on. That's what I was trying to finish up. All right, tell you. So we have here the mudari. طيب. So ذهب يذهب. Is that clear? So we know that the ain of the kalima, meaning the middle letter, is taking a fatha in the mudari. In the what? In the present tense form. So because we know that the what it takes the fatha, we know how to what? How to write it in the commanding form. So if it's fatha, then what? It's going to take a kasra here. Is that clear? Yeah. However, in the case of kharaja yakhruju, then what? Kharaja yakhruju, we know the ayn of this particular pattern is what? Dhamma. Because the mudari is what? Dhamma. When you have a dhamma, the command, the first letter is going to be a what? A dhamma, because of the dhamma being here. When you have jalasa and you have what? Yaj what class? Yajlisu. Oh, so in this pattern, the what? The ayn of the what? The middle letter is going to be what? Kasra. Therefore, if it's kasra, then we write what class? That becomes what? Ijlis. So it's either going to be what? It's either going to be a kasra if it's a fatha, or what? A kasra if it's a kasra if it's a kasra. And the only other case is what? Is dhamma when it's a dhamma. Yeah, I figured. It's fine. It's fine. You should be able to ask, and you wanted to know. It's no problem. It's fine. Tayyib, and you, alhamdulillah. I try to, I'll be guarding class. Like, hold it back. So, but love us. Is everybody clear? All right. And this right here, this you see, but right now, you probably don't see how important this is. But later on, because you guys are about to start getting hit, we didn't open the gates for what? For nouns, prepositions, and what? And verbs. That's why it's extremely important to understand this at this point. Please write this down properly. Take a picture, rewrite it, re-understand it, practice it, go over it. This is going to help you in your future. And I needed to make sure that you guys understood that before we went all the way into this lesson. Yes?
Is it only these three type of verbs, or is it more?
Ever? No, there's a whole lot of types. A whole lot of types. It scales in there. Please. This is in a very basic sense. This is just an introduction to something that is a bahr, an ocean, brothers. All right? You should get excited. But fortify the fundamental stuff. Fortify the fundamental stuff. This right here is golden though. These three verbs, and then now ذهب يذهب اذهب. خرج يخرج اخرج. جلس يجلس اجلس. This is a basic introduction to morphology, to sarf. Is that clear? Sarf is the study of the patterns of the words. Sarf is the study of the what? Of the patterns of the words, the actual word itself. Grammar is the study of the what? The vowel and letter endings of the words. Is that clear? You need them both to really get where you're trying to go in Arabic. You need them both. The word, it's the actual patterns of the actual words. Vowel and letter endings. That's grammar. That's actual grammar. Having an understanding and a command of the vowel and letter endings of the word. That's grammar. That's not literally in the definition. That's the meaning of the definition. Now, when you return back to Al-Ajrumiyya, you'll see, oh, it's right there. They actually said it. Now, play it. And that's just two sciences from the sciences of the Arabic language. And that's just two sciences from the sciences of the Arabic language. And again, that's just two sciences from the sciences of the Arabic language. Yeah. That's something to get excited about. That's something to get excited about. All right. Don't look at it as something to show I'm excited. Alhamdulillah, I got to really study and study hard. All right. All right. Okay. So now we can do what class? Now let's get into the lesson. So now when you're reading, you're going to be more aware of what's going on. You're going to understand. You're going to be more aware, like, oh, all right, now I see the direction that he's going. Okay, now I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what this is. And if you don't, go back to your principles. Play it. So let's get into it. The other thing I wanted to also mention to y'all before we go on, because I just sat down, but I need to get back up, is there are certain verbs that work with certain prepositions. There are certain verbs that work with certain prepositions. There are certain verbs that work with certain prepositions. So much so that if you look them up in the dictionary will give you the meaning, but they'll also give you the preposition along with that verb combination and what meanings do those what verbs and that what preposition mean when they come together. When you return to the likes of and where and other than that, again, they'll have the meaning of that verb, but then they'll say it works with this, and when it works with this, you'll get this meaning. Is that clear? All right. So I just wanted to put that out there, make that clear that they have a relationship. Like, yep, go. No, I'm sorry. I know we burning the midnight oil.
No, I never been home. I can't wait till especially here.
Jazakallah. Okay. Thank you so much. No doubt, Habibi. No doubt. That was us up there together. Was anybody else up there? We was up there. I know I'm playing. Kareem was up there. Everybody was up there. She was up there too, right? MashaAllah. All right, man. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, that's literally where we're going. But for sure. So really quick, class. So we got what? We got dhahaba. We got what else? We got kharaja, and we got what? Okay, tell you. So no one understand that dhahaba works with what? Ila. And kharaja works with min. And jalasa works with ala. Okay, so let's understand. Dhahaba. Dhahaba means what? He what?
Went.
All right. So when you have a verb, okay, a verbal sentence, we must understand that the verbal sentence has parts. That the verbal sentence has what? Has parts. It is the verb, it is the doer, and it is the object of that verb. Now, oh yeah. Now, yeah. So we have dhahaba. Everybody, dhahaba. And then we have what? Kharaja. And then we have what? Jalasa. Now, So we are going to say fulanun. Everybody? Fulanun. Fulanun. And fulanun. Who's fulanun, class? Somebody, so and so. Right? Right, cool. So we understand that here in this category, ذهب خرج and jalasa is considered to be the what? الفعل. Okay, الفعل بس. So this is the category. What? These are the parts of a verbal sentence. Okay, so we have الفعل. And then we have what class? Everybody say الفاعل. الفاعل. All right, cool. So we have the verb. And we have the what? Everybody say doer. These are the parts of a verbal sentence. Basic parts of a verbal sentence. All right. So here we have something what is known as the maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun, what class? Bihi. And the maf'ulun bihi is considered to be the what? The object. So these are the three parts: the verb, the doer, and the object. Is that clear? The object, the maf'ulun bihi, the maf'ulun bihi. الفاعل الفعل الفاعل المفعول به. And in a simple sentence, all right, like everybody say ضرب. Everybody say المدرس. المدرس. Then everybody say طالبا. طالبا. Okay, cool. So ضرب, it's a verb. You know what it means? He, and we're going to just say hit because we don't have to say he because we know who did it, right? So again, everybody hit, past tense. Who hit? The who? So the teacher hit, right? ضرب المدرس, right? ضرب المدرس, and then everybody say طالبا. طالبا. So ضرب is the fi'lu, the verb. Al-mudarris is the what? But he the one that did the action. He did the hitting. He's the slugger. He's the champ. Right? He's the oppressor. Right? He's the upset teacher because the student won't listen. So anyway, everybody say Taliban. Now you know that Taliban, normally you see it as Tali what? Boy. Normally you see it as what? But obviously the grammar, the ending is taking effect. Right? It is showing you grammatically that this is the place that the action fell upon. This is the place that the action fell upon. It is known as the what? Maf'ulun bihi, or the what? Or the object. Is that clear?
So the action happens to the object. This way you have to change.
Right, exactly. This is the place that the action fell upon. It's literally like that in Arabic as well. I gave you this type of sentence so that you can clearly see without any involvement of a preposition, you can see how it looks grammatically without the need for a preposition in the sentence. These guys come with prepositions, these types of verbs, but this one doesn't need it. And you could see clearly what's going on in a verbal sentence when you have a what? An example like this. Right? You see it? And clearly you notice where the action fell upon because it has what? It has it's mansub. All right? Is that clear? So you might not know what the words mean, but you know the first word is a verb. This must be the doer. And here is where the action fell upon. Whatever that action may be. So. Oh yeah. It's fortifying even more what's going on just from the vowels. Because the vowels are important. That's why the grammar is important. If you don't know the grammar, you don't really know what's going on. But if the grammar is there, you could justify what just happened. You've anchored your understanding of what was said. Because the grammar is supporting what you understand. It's a proof of what you understand. Is that clear? You know the act. Let's do another verb. Come on. Qara'a, right? Qara'a. Is everybody with me? Okay. Al-waladu. Qara'a al-waladu. Qara'a means what? He read. But you already know who read, so you don't have to translate it like that. Yes. So, are what? Read. And who read? The boy, right? So, qara'a al-waladu. Al-what? Qur'ana. Because it's definite. Oh, I'm sorry. Qur'ana. Wait a minute. What you mean Qur'an? It was Qur'an though.
Yeah.
But it became al-Qur'ana because it's the what? It's the what? It's the maf'ulun bihi, and the maf'ulun bihi is mansoob. The maf'ulun bihi is what? Mansoob. Meaning, and the sign that it's mansoob is the fact it's taking a what? A fatha. Tanween. It took a fatha tanween here because it wasn't alif lam. But here, alif lam is here, so it's what? One fatha. Lesson 3. Come on. Lesson 3. You know, you already knew why. Oh, watch out. Come on, Abdul Aziz. Come on. Y'all gotta see his face. He like, oh, hold up.
I'm getting it, but I'm not.
But it's going to take you some, just read over it and keep reading over it. Tayyib. So this is how what? This is those verbal sentences where you can see everything taking place. You see the verb, you see the one that did the verb, and you see what? That which what? The verb was done to. That which what? The verb was done to. What's the action, read? Who read?
The boy.
What did he read? What happened? What's the action? Who did the hitting? Who was the one with the black eye or the soul behind? You need to pay attention. In class. It's mansoob. And the sign that it's mansoob, it takes off. Is everybody with me? Mumtaz. It's extremely important that I give you this because here it's built from this, but it's going to be the introduction of the harf jar into the construction of a verbal sentence. The construction of a verbal sentence is these three. It's the foundation. The what? It's the verb, the doer, and the object. Is that clear? The fi'lun, the fa'il, and the what? Maf'ulun bihi. So now when I take you here, you can be like, oh, all right, it goes back to that. What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. That dhahaba works with what class? Ila. And the kharaja works with what class? To leave out. And jalasa works with what class? Because of course, if you're going to sit on something. Exactly. When you leave out, you leave from something. You heard what Abdul Aziz said? If you leave out, you're going to leave what? From. Out of somewhere. Is everybody with me? And if you're going to go to somewhere. Now you're picking up what we're putting down. Yeah. So now dhahaba fulanun ila where class? He's religious. He's religious. He's going to go to the masjid. Okay, cool. So kharaja fulanun min, okay? Min where class? Min al-bayt. So he can go to the masjid. Right. I'm highlighting a different color so you can see what's going on. You can see, so the ilah is affecting the word that came after it, al-masjidi. Min is affecting the word that came after it, min al bayti. I put the min al because we know that the two sukoons can't meet. Then what class? Jalasa fulanun ala al-kursi. Ala what? Kursi. What class? Kursi. All right. That's why this is orange, and that's why the vowel, the word is black. Preposition came in front of it is orange. And we're writing the vowels, right, on the words that come after the preposition. And what? The last vowel is going to take an orange what? Kesra. So you can see grammatically what's taking place. You see this? Now, and guess what? Don't forget though. Remember, this is what? This is the what? This is the verbs. These are the verbs. Fulan is what class? Is the so-and-so did all these actions. Okay? And ala, min, ila, right? These prepositions and the nouns that came after them, they are fi mahali nasbin. They're in the place of that which would normally take the fatha. But it can't show that it's taking the fatha because of the what? The harf jar and the preposition. I'm sorry, the preposition and the noun that came after it. That had to be vowed and taken care of. But it's in the place of something that would normally take a what? It's mahali nasb. Because this is normally where the what? Where the object is at, where the maf'ul bihi is at. Is that clear? If I would have explained this first without explaining this, you would have been a little more lost. That's why I did this first and make sure you understood a simple sentence, like a verbal sentence, so you could get into a little bit more detailed. Because now you know what I'm talking about. This is normally where the action falls. Is that clear? Go.
Does the verb come before the subject in a sentence?
Again, so this is a verbal sentence. A subject is relative to a nominal sentence. It's the subject and the predicate. With the verbal sentence, it's the verb, the doer, and the object.
So then
It's the fi'lun, the fa'il, and the maf'ulun bihi.
So then is the ala and the min and the ila, does it connect the doer to the object?
Say again?
Like susi fulan and then there's ala.
Right. That all this is considered to be the object.
So even
this is the place that the action fell upon. Okay. Clearly, he went to the masjid.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly, he left out of the house. This is the action that's falling here. He sat where? On a chair. But it's being prohibited from showing his grammar definition of the fatha because you got this going on with the preposition and the noun that came after. That has to be established first. Yeah, ila, min, and ala are all prepositions. Harf jar.
Okay, you know what?
Does anybody else have any questions? Yeah, I'm almost. So what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow. We'll read the second part of lesson 4, and then we'll get into 5.
So we ain't finishing up.
We can. I mean, but you guys mind? It's long. Like we went underwater for a couple times. Sorry, I would love to read, but yeah, but we're gonna take our time. It's a masjid class, especially in the masjid with the general people. You don't want to, and we ain't going nowhere. I'm not stopping. You guys stopping? I'm not going nowhere. You going to what? All right, I see you. Alhamdulillah. I see you tomorrow. Plus, I don't want to. I want you guys to understand the explanation, right? And I just gave you all this homework, all this exercise to do for the first part, didn't I? Yeah. So let me realize and don't be brutal. I did go. I left early. I left from the conference at 12 o'clock. Yeah. I left like 12. So you was at the conference, though? No, you was. You was not at the conference.
Nah, I was there.
You really was there? Oh, I did not see you. Did you see me? Oh, you was came for like an hour. Where was you at?
I was already in the area.
Okay. Right. Mashallah. It was nice. Jam packed nice. There's so many people there, y'all. Like Saturday, there was no parking. Everybody started parking in the fire lane. It was like it was so many people. Saturday was the day when everybody came. Everybody came Saturday. I was there since Wednesday night. So I was there from all that, from the brewing, and then it brewed, and then yeah, it was beautiful, man. Like every year, alhamdulillah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك